take your coffee break with me. Come and take your coffee break with me. Come and take your coffee. Come and take your coffee. Come and take your coffee break with me.
Welcome to Coffee Break with Candace. We're so glad you're here this week. And I'm so excited about my special guest today. If you would introduce yourself and tell us who you are.
Thank you so much, Candace, for having me here. It's my pleasure to be here with you. So my name is Dr. Hokehe Effiong. I'm a Board Certified Pediatrician. I'm also your ADHD coach. I am a wife, a mommy of 3 amazing kiddos, and I'm a founder of a nonprofit for foster kids called Kids of Hope.
Wow. You're not busy at all.
No, not really. I just try.
You know what? You're such an amazing person, and you've been on my podcast before, Strong Women in Medicine. And so you have so many amazing things you're doing that it'll be hard to get it all in this 30-minute show, but we're certainly going to try. So why don't you start by telling us a little bit about you, and then tell us about some of the projects that you're working on.
Okay, so a little bit about me. When I was in college, in my junior year, I was in a couple of car accidents like 6 months apart. So I started really struggling after I had the second one. So I was sent to see a neuropsychologist who asked me what I'd like to do. And so I said I wanted to be a pediatrician because I wanted to be that since I was 5. So, well, this gentleman told me that, well, first of all, with the injuries I had, I was not going to go to medical school. So he told me, you need to go figure out what else you can do. And by the way, you're average in intelligence, so you need to go figure out something else to do. And so I believed him. Of course, I was 17 and I proceeded to be depressed. I proceeded not to do well that semester in school. And so I had to drop out of college that semester. But the power of consistency, which is something I like to talk about. My mother consistently told me that I would be a doctor and I would go to medical school, and there was nothing I couldn't do. And so eventually I did start to believe her and went back to school. And so the rest is history. But that doesn't mean I didn't continue to struggle. I did, but I just had this big why in my mind that I really wanted to be a doctor, especially a pediatrician, because I wanted to help lots of kids. And so now that brings me to 2020, right? And I've been working as a pediatrician for about 7 or 8 years now. And I discovered brain health coaching. So when I saw it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I had to do that. And then, believe it or not, I had buried this whole story about me having car accidents all of this time. I didn't talk about it. It was like a really sore, painful spot in my life. So that brought back all the memories. And I was like, wow, I really need to do this. And so I did the course and it was simply amazing. So the whole time COVID was going, I was busy learning. So, when COVID first started, so I did that and I discovered, oh my goodness, all of these things the ways we treat kids, there's so much more to it than just, hey, what's your symptom? Here's some medicine. Like, we're not asking about the adverse childhood experiences that children go through in their homes with relation to their parents. We're not asking about their home lives, really. We don't have enough time to do that. But then that transformed my entire practice because I discovered I couldn't unknow that. So now I started spending time with the moms and asking questions and just finding out more and more things that I was able to use to really help them. I get to the root cause of what's going on. And so I decided to focus on helping children with ADHD. And why ADHD? Because it's a neurological disorder, but there can be causes, things like adverse childhood experiences can cause a child to have symptoms that will mimic ADHD. So if you just throw stimulants at this kid and don't address anything else, then you're not really helping the child or the parents, and we're not really getting to the root cause of why. And things as simple as even changing something small in their diets can make such a difference in their behavior, because what you eat, we are what we eat, basically. And food is medicine. And so that was like mind-blowing, eye-opening to learn that. So, but then I decided to take that into practice. And so I'm going to be launching my virtual practice called ADHD Practical Solutions, where it's just for parents who want to partner with their children and for me, for us to figure out what's going on with the child and how can we help improve their attention span, improve their behavior, improve their overall well-being, their mind and body. I talk about the brain, and now that's basically all I talk about these days. The brain. And why the brain? Because the brain drives us. It's our driver. And if we don't take good care of the physical health of our brain, then nothing else really works. I mean, we may placebo for a little bit, but really, we really don't do well unless our brains are physically healthy. So that's one. And then, so last year I was doing some training on child abuse, and it's not that I didn't know before, but I realized there's so many more foster kids than I really thought about. And so I started to ask my foster parents questions, and the recurring theme I kept hearing was they show up on my doorstep and they have nothing. I was like, what do you mean they have nothing? They're like, yes, they get taken from their homes with no belongings. And if you know a child, one of their first words is mine. They, just like we adults, we like our stuff. They too like their stuff. They're little human beings and they want their things. And so it's traumatic for you to take a child out of their home, first of all. That's all they know. And then to add on top that they take nothing that's theirs. And so that's a whole layer of trauma for any child. So I decided I could do something about it. So I started Kids of Hope. And basically what Kids of Hope does is that we put bags together for children, for babies, and for teenagers with brand new items, specifically because we want to give them a sense of dignity, that they are worth having brand new items. A lot of them don't get those things. So we put items together for them that they can call theirs. So like blankets, teddy bears, books, toys, socks, whatever they need, and it's all sent. So we place our bags with foster care agencies and DHS offices so that when the child is taken into care, they can get something to put a smile on their face, hopefully.
Oh, it's incredible.
And things that that they can call theirs, and a bag that they can put their things in. So hopefully if they have to go from place to place, then at least they have a bag that's theirs. So that's what we're doing, but we're going to be expanding to creating what I call life skills in a box. So creating boxes to give the kids on a monthly basis so that there's a consistency. I like that word. So there's something consistent they have to look forward to that's inspiring, encouraging, and for the older teens, teaches them life skills that they may not get, because the statistics for kids aging out of foster care is horrible. More than half of them don't go to college. They're homeless. Because once they're 18, they're out of the system, and they may or may not have the footing that they need to move up in life. So, so the skills will be geared especially towards the teenagers, just to help them prepare for their new life when they age out of the system. So that, in a nutshell, is
well,
what
I mean,
I've been
and that's,
up to.
yeah, but that's really incredible. And one of the things I would ask is, you are so passionate about kids. I am too. But what is that story behind that? What led you to pediatrics, to your mission with helping kids the way you're helping them?
I don't think that I have one story. I think it's been a collection of events and things that have happened. So for example, I do have one story that pushed me over the edge of starting the nonprofits. Was a little kid. He had been in over 10 homes in a short span of time. And I saw him in my office for about 15 minutes. And the entire time he kept coming up to me and saying, "Hug me, please." And so and just kept saying that. And I kept giving him a hug. And so I told the workers that brought him that, hey, I know you're saying this kid has ADHD and I need to medicate him now, but I'm not going to medicate him. I don't think he has ADHD. I think he needs love. So can we please find a loving home for him? And yes, when they found the right home for him eventually, and I saw him again, and he had none of the hyperactivity. That was gone. He was sitting on his foster dad's lap, and he only asked me to hug him once because he was content where he was, and he was just sat there happy as a clam, and none of the behaviors. So I was like, oh wow, wait, there's something to this. There's the power of love and the power of consistency, because that's what he needed. And he's only a little kid. I mean, what does he know about being shoved from home to home to home? So that's what really made me get started with Kids of Hope finally, because I was thinking, how in the world am I supposed to run a nonprofit? I don't know how to do this. So that story is what got me over the edge. And then that's what led me to start thinking, hey, there might be more to this ADHD than just ADHD. What if there's other things going on? And so I started to dig around, and that's when I found all these other things that could help children.
That's so awesome. And what about in your own life? Like growing up, was there anything particular that occurred, or any stories around, you deciding to become a pediatrician?
There was one story when I was growing up. I remember hearing about a child. So I grew up in Nigeria, West Africa, a child of our close family friends who passed away because they couldn't pay to get breathing treatment for him. It was a baby. And there, the way the system is set up, you have to pay for your medications before they even give them to you.
Wow.
Which was the middle of the night. They didn't have it. So their kid died. And I thought to myself, wow, that's terrible, because all that child needed was just some air and some albuterol, and the child would still be alive. So, I mean, I think I was about 10 when that happened. And so I remember I said that I wanted to be a doctor when I was 5, but then that made me want to do it even more. And believe it or not, I was one of those kids that would show up in your office and you'd need 5 people to hold me down. I hated the hospital. I was petrified to ever go near one. So, but I guess the passion to do it overrode all of those fears. And so, yeah.
That's amazing. Wow. And so one of the things that I know about because of Facebook is that you are also doing a children's book.
Ah, that, yes.
Oh, by the way.
Yes, that too. Okay, so yes, I thought I should write a book because I had these thoughts in my head about how do children spell love? Well, which was brought on by the child I talked to you about, the little boy that had been in so many homes. And so I thought, I know we talk about time and spending time, but there must be a way that children spell love, like the things that adults can do to help children know they're loved, because every child is different. So there isn't just one thing. So that's what I'm writing the book about. It's called Children's Love Letters, a Pediatrician's Guide to How Your Child Spells Love. So it's a fun twist on the alphabet and just ways children spell love. And I wanted it to be an interactive book. So there's the chapter, and then there's questions for parents, thinking questions, because I want them to think about how they can implement it in their own lives. And they're really simple things. So it's nothing earth-shattering, but it's amazing what the little things mean to the kids. And they remember those far longer than the toys you bought them. It's the things that you do with them. So, and how you treat them, that's what they remember.
So good.
So that's coming out next month. Soon.
That is exciting. Oh my goodness. So in this world of COVID, what are your plans to promote the book and put it out in the world? What are you going to be doing with it?
So I will be, of course, doing some live shows on Facebook, doing some reading of the book, getting on media like yours to talk about it. And that's how I plan to spread the word about it.
That's so awesome. Oh my goodness. What do your kids think about it?
Oh, they love it. They're my helpers. They call themselves my business partners. So they help me, and that's how I keep them involved, so that way they don't feel like mommy has taken off and doesn't pay attention to them. So they help me, and I tell them, hey, mommy has to go on this meeting, so since you're my business partner, I'll come tell you all about it. Can you do something else? So they say yes, and I'm like, okay, thank you.
That's
Because I
awesome.
think it's important to take your children along with you. The children need to know that there is that they can do anything they put their minds to do, and that there's nothing. I mean, yes, it may seem difficult, but it just takes planning. It takes taking it one step at a time. It takes perseverance. That's my other word that I love, and just knowing that there's nothing impossible. So, yes.
That's awesome. So how are you able to balance, writing a book, a virtual practice, your nonprofit, and family? What's the
And my
secret?
full-time job.
Oh,
Yes.
oh yeah, and that thing too, your full-time job.
I think, yes. So I just take it one day at a time. I split my week up. I say, okay, 2 days I'll work on the nonprofit, and 3 days I'll work on my practice. And then I came up with this thing, God, me, and business. So I'll do one thing in the morning, spending time with and giving thanks and all of that, praying, then do something for me, which is usually physical. So I like to take walks, and I find that helps me get started in the morning, feeds my brain oxygen, and gets me going. And then I do one thing for the business, just one thing, because I can't do everything. I used to try to do 3 things a day, and that didn't work because I ended up not doing anything. So I've narrowed myself down to one thing a day, and I try to use my time wisely. So my lunch breaks, I might be doing my one thing. And so that way, when I have the kids, I am focused on them, because they actually will take my phone out of my hand if I'm sitting there with them, like on the phone, like, nope, they take my phone
Oh,
away. So I've learned that I need to make use of the other time I have when I'm not with them and just do as much as I can. And so if I limit myself to one thing, then I'm able to complete that task. And then if I have time, can do some other things around it. So that's what I found. And I had to really prioritize my sleep, because I found that the days I stay up late, I don't do well the next day. And so I try to get at least 7 hours of sleep in, knowing that I do my best work in the morning. So I go to bed earlier, wake up really early. So just one day at a time.
no, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
And is there anything else you'd like to share?
Well, just that this is a really hard time for parents and children, but for the parents especially, to remember that it is possible to remain at peace even with all of what's going on, and just to remember that the children are sponges, just getting everything. It's not just what you say, it's how you act. So that they are looking to you. So it's important for us as parents to take care of ourselves also. And that's not being selfish, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't care for our kids adequately or love them like they should. So
Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
you're
And
welcome.
now we're going to switch it up and do Who Said That, my segment, where I give you a quote. And if you can tell me who said the quote, then I will donate a modest amount to the charity of your choice.
Okay.
And I too am generous, because I will give you one clue and you get one guess.
Okay.
So, all right. Are you ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
All right. So the quote is, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten.
Okay.
Would you like the clue?
Of course, please.
Before I give you the clue, tell us your charity of choice. I'm pretty sure I can guess, but you tell
Kids
us
of
anyway.
Hope, please. Thank
Yes,
you.
of course. Awesome. So this quote is from a motivational speaker, and he's super tall, 6'5", and there is a Netflix documentary about him.
Really?
Okay, girl. Okay, the name of the Netflix documentary is I Am Not Your Guru. Does that ring a bell?
He's 6 feet tall. He's a motivational speaker. I am not your guru. Oh Lord. I guess I don't watch Netflix.
You want to take a guess anyway? Just who's a motivational speaker larger than life that comes to mind that you see all over the place all the time?
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me any more clues about him?
Girl, his name, is that what kind of clue? Just kidding.
Oh Lordy. Let's see.
You obviously don't follow motivational speakers.
I mean, I do, kind of, sort of. But
Okay.
the ones I know are not 6'5".
Okay. Like,
Wait, hold on. No, it's not Les Brown.
No.
I guess that's my guess. Okay.
Okay. So the answer is Tony Robbins.
I should have said that. Why wasn't I saying that?
I tried. I mean, I even gave you the
What
name.
was I thinking? Of course it's Tony Robbins.
Yeah, girl. So, so just for future, I'm just kind of curious. So what clue could I have given that would have helped you get him?
Something about he walks on fire. I don't know. I guess that would be too good.
Yeah, okay.
That would have given him right away.
Okay.
Because you know he does the fire walking thing at his events.
No, I did not know that.
See, okay, so now
Yeah. I'm just in charge of looking up the quotes and finding clues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he has this thing called Unleash Your Potential, a program he does all around the country. And he has people walk on fire, on like hot coals, to tell them that there's nothing they can't do, basically. That's what that's about.
Okay. Wow. I watched a little bit of the documentary. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I mean, he is a very charismatic, passionate speaker.
Absolutely.
And so, but I have never seen that, as far as the walking on hot coals. Like, so let me ask you, would you do that?
Yeah, I would. 1 year ago, no, but now I would.
So what's different about 1 year in your life that now you would walk on hot coals? Because that's pretty cool.
I would do it because I've realized, and I keep reminding myself every day, that there's nothing I can do. I mean, for me to be doing, I'm amazed at my own self because I was an extremely shy person. And I've gone from there to talking to Candace on her TV show. So yeah, there's nothing I can't do. So that's why I would try it. Yeah.
That's so awesome. No, but for people that are shy or maybe feel that way, and especially now more than ever, it feels, things feel a lot more challenging. And so I think it's nice for people to be reminded that, that it can change and that you can do anything, and to see positive people out there like yourself. It just means so much.
Yes. Thank you. And you too. You're amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. You know what? Like since I started this, it's people I know that have been on the show and they say nice things. And I'm like, don't, because people are going to think I paid y'all to say that,
No, but it's the truth. You didn't pay me. I'll tell that gladly.
You are hilarious. Like, you didn't pay me. That's so awesome.
No, you didn't.
No, you're so awesome.
On my doctor's oath, she didn't pay me.
I love it. So, but that's so awesome. But no, we thank you for being on the show, and just keep doing all the amazing work you're doing. I cannot wait till your book comes out. I can't wait to get my copy of it to share with my nieces and nephews and their parents. Yeah, that's so exciting. I love seeing that. I mean, it's just incredible. And I had a best-selling Christian author on a couple of weeks ago, and I told her that 3% of people that start a book actually finish it, put it out into the world, and it's distributed. And so you're a part of that elite group as well. And so that's
Thank you.
No, it's true. Like, how many people do you know that say they want to write a book, that actually write a book, that actually finish it?
Yeah, it's taken me a while, but yes, I'm determined to finish it. So
yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But I mean, it's a huge accomplishment. I mean, it's not something to minimize, because I mean, it's really incredible what you've done. So, and the thought and the hard work. Yeah. And you have 3 kids, you're married, and you have 3 kids on top of that, girl. Wow, that is so awesome.
I've learned how to schedule in do nothing days. So the other day I was sick and I had a pounding headache. So I was not on my phone, not doing any, I just laid in bed. I was like, wait, I need to schedule this every 2 weeks. Do nothing day.
No, a do nothing day sounds good to me. That is awesome.
So no phones, no nothing, just
Yeah.
nothing, just do nothing.
No, that's so awesome. Wow.
Yes.
So anything else before we wrap up?
No, thank you for having me on your amazing show. And I know it's going to bless lots of people, all the people that listen. And I hope it keeps getting better and better and growing bigger and bigger.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you for being on Coffee Break with Candace. And we, please come back anytime. And when you're on all these tours with your book and different things, and when the world opens up again, honey, drop on by. So,
I will.
Yeah, we'll have
sure.
we'll have an in-person cup of coffee. We've mentioned that before, but we'll do that as well. Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Yes. So thank you so much and have a great day.
You too.
Hello, my name is Dr. Hokehe Effiong and I'm the founder of Kids of Hope. At Kids of Hope, we provide new, comfort and essential items to children being placed in the foster care system. We provide care kits to children to help smoothen their transition into foster care. Our care kits help children feel loved and cared for. They contain items such as blankets, books, and teddy bears. A 5-year-old girl was taken from her home early in the morning. She was very scared and crying, so we gave her a care kit. And she grabbed the teddy bear from the kit and hugged it tightly, and her tears turned into a smile. So if you'd like to provide and share love and hope with a child in foster care today, please give us a call at 580-789-9540. Email us at kidsofhope1@gmail.com. Visit our website at kidsofhope.org. We look forward to hearing from you soon.